Hey, hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, everybody who's out there. Hello, Dame Claire. Hello, Claire. Hello, MC Scott. Hello, Carrie B. Thank you for coming back. Bonsoir. Six badges. Said I need those stinking badges. I need my stinking. Thank you. 6 badges for being here. Andrew Rubin, Paul Manning, Dame Claire, thank you very much. Kerry Macca, Maltese Phil from Malta. I just saw, I get so much stuff in my thing about Malta. It's such a beautiful country to look at for me. It's all good. I combed my hair. Can you see I've combed my hair? It's not quite as great as it used to be. I used to have amazing hair, but it's natural. It's natural gray. I think I look younger. I ran into a friend of mine from the neighborhood, and he thought I was younger than he was. And that was nice. Janet is here. Hello, Janet. Beautiful, beautiful Janet. Hello, Kerry Macca. Beautiful, beautiful Kerry Macca. Girl from Mars. She's got a big dog. Slick back hair. It's slick hair. I'm drinking a cup of tea, and it's delightful. That's what makes England the best country in the world. There's something about a cup of tea. Something. I mean, it's got a little bit of milk in it, so it's got some sugar. It's got a little bit of fat in it because it's got some milk in it. It's got a little bit of. I put 2 teaspoons of sugar in. I've pigged out. I went out and I bought a loaf of bread, and I had 2.5 slices of a loaf of bread. So it's not good. What's going on with you guys? How are you? What's going on in your world? This world, our world, we need to be fit for because we're in a state of war. We're being attacked. Those crazy people, all they got to do is keep on their best behavior and we'll let them in. That's how that's how weak the English people are. We'll let them in. But no, they got to go attacking people. Why do they have to attack? Because they can't help it. It's like that famous joke about the spider and the turtle. Is that the joke? The spider and the turtle? Bread is carbs and carbs are the enemy. Yes, they are the enemy. I had carbs. I went out and also had an ice cream. I haven't even put it in my app. Maybe I'll do that right now. I'll put it in my app. So I don't forget about it. But do you guys know the story about the spider and the I didn't shave today. Can you tell? Maybe you can tell. Maybe you can't tell. I don't care as much as I used to care. I don't care. But what did I have today? I had some sourdough bread, but it wasn't really very sourdoughy. But let's just say it was sourdough bread. Let's say I had 100 grams. Oh my God! I don't even want to know that I had 100 grams of the bread. I had an ice cream sandwich. Which is 70 grams. I've had a cup of tea. Which is basically, it's 2 cups of tea. I like my tea strong, so I put 2 bags in. Do you guys put two tea bags in? Pumpernickel bread is the best. Bread is bread. Bread is bad for you. Bread is bad for you, Carrie B. You can't get away from it. Bread is bad for you. So I had 2 cups of tea. I had sugar in the tea. White sugar is bad for you. Janet had gin and pork chops. It's not a totally fail, but it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. So you had that sugar. I had some beef, which I cooked for breakfast, but which I did not eat. Let's say I put a little bit of fat in that. I had the beef, right? But I marked the beef before. I mean, gin, alcohol. You can't drink alcohol. That's the problem. There's no little bit of alcohol that's good. It's like being punched in the face a little bit. It's not good for you. It's better to have 1 drink than 2 drinks or 10 drinks, but it's still not good. Carbs are bad, Maltese Phil says. You shouldn't do carbs. Always use a teapot. Why a teapot? I put 2 tea bags in, and then I strain it in a coffee filter. That's what I do, Maltese Phil. Is that right? I strain. It actually makes the tea taste better. Strain tea. Maybe it's a wrong thing to do. But the story, Paul Manning, about the spider and the turtle, and the spider says to the turtle, "Take me across the lake. Please take me across the lake." And the turtle goes, "No, I can't take you across the lake because you're going to bite me and we're going to drown. I'm going to drown." And the spider says, "Why would I bite you? If I bite you, we both are going to drown. I'm not going to bite you. Why would I bite you? We're both are going to drown." And the turtle goes, "Oh, okay, hops on, halfway across the lake. The spider bites the turtle, and they're drowning. And the turtle says to the spider, "Why did you bite me?" You know this joke. And the spider says, "Because I'm a spider. I couldn't help myself. I'm a spider." Do you know that story? At least you didn't boil the water in a microwave. No, I boiled it in a teapot. In a teapot. I never had a teapot in America. People don't have teapots in America. I read why they don't. I don't know why they don't. They blame it on the electricity coming out of the wall. But actually, American electrical systems are the same as British ones, except British ones, they're combined to 220 volts, where the American ones are split into 110, but it comes through the system at 220. At 220. So I've had that. What else have I had? Oh, I had plums. I'm so bad. I'm really bad. I'm a phony liar. I'm a liar about the carbs. I'm lecturing everybody. I yelled at Carrie B yesterday. Hello, Joodles. I lectured Carrie B yesterday. But at the truth today, I go out and I had bread and I had 100 grams of plums. Let me say, I don't know whether it's 100 grams of plums, but I've had a lot of plums today. I've had 135 grams. I used to of carbs. Carbs, when I say carbs are sugars. They're chains of sugars. They're different types of sugars. But I've had sugars. They're edible. I think you could call them edible sugars. Did I yell at you? I don't think I yelled at you. I wasn't mad at you. I can't be mad at you. I only just met you. I can't be mad, but it's one of those subjects. It's like, we've got problems. I had such problems. My psoriasis was horrific. Look at my face. I'm not saying it's kissable, but it is. At least it's not falling off my face. And that's on the outside. If it's falling off your face on the outside, it's falling off something else on the inside. Joe Sanders is here. Hello, Joe. She's saying hello to Claire. And Birdseye is here. Hello, Birdseye. Thank you so much for coming in to today's show. That's what I have to say. I thought yesterday's was all right, but then again, I was screaming, and I like to scream. I like to scream. I want to scream right now. Birdseye, where are you from again? Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're going. It doesn't matter where you're from. It only matters where you're going. Come to my house. That's where you're going. Janet, what's psoriasis? What's psoriasis? PSOR. It's a skin irritation. It's skin irritation. It means that the skin is growing. So you get dandruff. If you have dandruff, it's probably quote unquote psoriasis. Psoriasis is a long-lasting, 6 badges, non-contagious autoimmune disease characterized by patches of abnormal skin. 6 badges, that's what they might say, but that's not true. That's not true. It's not an autoimmune disease. Is that what it says from Wikipedia? Wikipedia is a bunch of liars. Bunch of liars. It's owned by the Team World globalist state. Big state. It's not even a state, whatever. It's owned by those people. What psoriasis is, let's say you eat something toxic, and sugar is basically toxic, or maybe seed oils and stuff like that. Your skin is going to be inflamed and itchy. I remember my whole body was itchy. And they gave me a beta, what is it called? A beta cream, beta something, to rub on it. And I used to, maybe I could find, should I find a picture of what I looked like? It was unsexy. I mean, you think I'm sexy right now, as I am. I am really sexy. But I'm going to see if I can find a picture, photo. I'm not going to go look at my photos. I can't look. I'm going to look over here at my photos because there might be some beautiful nude pictures of me. That might be too exciting for you to see. Who wants to see a nude picture of me? Betinavate. That's right. That's exactly right, Paul. That's what they give you. And it cures it. But if you've got bad skin, it's not just on the skin. It comes from deep within. Everything comes from bad diet, not enough sun, not enough sleep, too high a stress. This is where it comes from. Sensitive skin. 2, some people have bad reactions to warm weather, being out in the sun too much. I think I used to need I used to get sunburns and stuff like that. And then when I went low carb, I didn't need to worry about it. Like my carb level today is 135 grams. It should be below 50. It should be below 40 grams. But it's 135. I mean, I did go out and I walked. How many steps did I make? I did about 7,000, 8,000 steps today. So when I started to get fitter, I could go out in the sun. You should never use sun cream. And you should never, ever use sun cream made of toxic seed oils. Why do I have to lecture you? No thanks. I'd rather leave it to, I don't know what you're talking about there. Let me go back on track to this thing. Your face is very kissable. Thank you, Claire. Why can't we all be like Claire? Let's make a promise to be like Claire. Say, you know what? I'm going to be like Claire. I'm going to say lovely things. Lovely, lovely things. It is non-contagious because you're poisoning yourself. If you eat poisonous foods, not get enough sun, not get enough sleep, have too much stress. Oh, I had ringworm. Well, I mean, if you're healthy, you should be able to fight off the ringworm. Ringworm sounds awful, but merely a skin infection. Well, it's quite ugly, a skin infection. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of this. And so you'll get an idea. I've posted pictures. Who's seen pictures? I would very much like to see a nude picture of you, Lewis. Okay, I'll send you a nude. You girls should not ask for a nude picture of Lewis Schaffer. You shouldn't ask. You shouldn't ask. Let's see if I can find a picture of me when I was looking absolutely horrible with my whatchamacallit. Oh, there's a picture of. That's not. It might take a while because I don't know if I. Let's see if it's over here. And I remember my stomach itching, my feet itching. I was in really bad shape. You know, you don't want to be in bad shape. You want to be looking good. You want to be beautiful. Beautiful. This was 10 years ago. And this is what I believe. So, I mean, you could say, oh, I used a cream and it went away. It was just on the skin. There's no illness that's just on the skin. 7,000, that's good for a man of your age, Andrew. I struggle to do claudication. Too painful. I only manage around 4,000. What is a claudication, Andrew Rubin? What does that mean? A claudication. Am I pronouncing it properly? I had some kind of inflammation on one wrist. Only years ago, I went on holiday to Jersey. I went swimming and the salt water cleared it up, as predicted by my doctor. Yes, you could put stuff on it. I used to put cream on it, and it got a little bit better. But ever since I've been low carb, and 135 is not super low carb, but it's much lower than the 400 grams of carbs that I was having before. Claire, do not send me. Yeah, send me nude pictures. You can send me nude pictures via Twitter. Do not send me nude pictures. I'm not asking for nude pictures. Wink, wink. I'm not asking. for nude pictures. Wink, wink. But I mean, at my age, would it kill me to look at a nude picture? Let me see if I can find this thing where it showed. It was like all over my face. And then when I lost the weight, it all went away. It all went away. And then I read about it. I read about the carnivore diet. And it was brilliant. Sensitive skin to some people, according to Tiger Fang, have bad reactions to warm weather and being out in the sun too much. Yeah, but you don't need to be. The sun is natural for us. We need the sun. We need the sun. Sun cream bad. I believe that totally. Claudication is a medical term usually referring to impairment of walking or pain, discomfort, numbness, and tiredness in the legs. Okay, I never heard that phrase used. I used to be that way too. I couldn't walk either. I had really bad knees. I had to have knee surgery. I had gout on my feet. I had plantar fasciitis. Okay, I mean, you can get information from Wikipedia. I look at Wikipedia all the time. But I had all that stuff. I couldn't move my arm, my finger, the whole thing. I had arthritis. BJ Jerry is live in Epping, speaks freely, live. YouTube, hurry. Okay, who is, okay, are they in Epping? If you're around Epping, go to Epping. Go to Epping if we're going to speak freely, which is a dangerous thing. Anyway, welcome to the show, BJ Jerry, alerting us to what's going on in Epping. I mean, really, you know what's happening is the Muslims should be on their best behavior because they're forcing the people that care about them, the Tory/left party of this country, to lie. And we see how they're a bunch of liars. Sprays used to have more peroxide stuff in them. People used to break out in rashes. This is according to Tiger Fang, they then had to change the formula in the sprays. Yeah, I mean, you can't trust medicine to actually be good for you. Can you trust medicine? I don't think you can. Janet, here's Janet. When I was a child, I had ringworm. Now I get chafing under the boobs, under your boobs. Yeah, well, I'd like to say that's how my breasts have gotten smaller. I'm making everything about me. I'm sorry about that. About chafing under the boobs. Yeah, well, do you know what causes chafing? A high carb diet. You eliminate the high carbs. And I'm not saying you're going to get rid of chafing under your boobs. I'm not saying that, but it might help. It probably will help. Paul Manning says, a chap went to the doctor, and the doc said, I'm sorry to inform you, Mr. Grundle, but you've got hypochondria. Mr. Grundle said, oh no, not that as well. That's cute. That's a cute joke. Thank you, Paul Manning. The plectrum is late. Sorry, I'm late. Well, we were wondering where you were. I've got bad news. Exactly. Maybe I shouldn't start the show like this, but I'm going to have to say it in order to get it off my mind. But do you remember Simon Arnold, who had to go to the hospital? But I got a message from his Twitter account. Okay. And it says this. It says, don't go anywhere. Can you hear me? It says, Simon died on Sunday, the 19th October. So, I mean, he was in the hospital. I think he had a kidney transplant or something, or he needed a kidney, and then he died. So Strudel says that's really sad. It's really, really sad. That's really, really sad. So, he sent a picture. Maybe I'll put the picture in. I don't know. It looks like he's alive in this picture. But he tried to save his life. He tried to save his life, and he didn't. He didn't. That's why it's very important for us to try to be as healthy as possible. I woke up this morning. I was 76.5. I weighed the exact same amount as I did yesterday, which is good. I mean, I'd like to be a little bit thinner, which is good. Okay. And then, but I thought to myself, I'm doing all right. So instead of focusing, I went out and had the carbs. I went out and had the carbs. And that's what I try to instill here. Okay? May his memory be a blessing, says Andrew Rubin. That's a lovely way to put it. Okay? It's a sad news. It's a sad news when I'd like to say when one of us, I don't know what us means in this context of this show. But what does it mean? It means we've lost somebody who cares about us, who we care about him. So Dame Claire says, poor Simon, it's extremely sad. Rest in peace. Okay? So it's just sad. It's sad news, according to Keith Bexley. It's really sad. And that's going to happen to every one of us. That's why we've got to be open when somebody says something like what I say is, if you've got an illness and I say to you, maybe you should stop being on the carbs. It's saved. So my health is perfect now. If you had seen me 5 years ago, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't move my arm, my finger. My gums were bleeding. My teeth were rotting. My skin was just totally kicked. I had total dandruff. I don't have any. There's no dandruff anymore. Simon posted great vids on TikTok, according to Joe Sanders. What a shock. Yeah. I mean, how old was he? I don't know how old he was. I think he was, I don't know how old. Here's to you, Simon. So let's raise it last. Should we say a prayer for Simon? Should we say a prayer for ourselves and this country, our country, your country? Should we do that at some point? Janet is saying prayer and a heart. Yeah. Tiger Fang says awful news, deepest sympathies to his family. Yeah. I mean, this is lovely that we care. That we care about people, which is a surprise to me because I'm not the biggest carer in the world. I'm not the biggest carer. But, I mean, I am a care. I don't know what to do with people. I don't know how to help them care. I want to help people care. Simon posted, yes. Lovely words, Andrew Rubin, yes. So we've all done a really good thing. Is there anybody here who needs a prayer said for them and their health? Maybe I'll say, as the guy on the screen here, maybe I'll say a prayer for us here, for you here. I'll say a prayer. Dear Lord, please bless the chatters, the Schafferettes, the members who join us on a regular basis here at Lewis Schaffer Uncooked Livestream. The people who don't come, not everyone, but out to be a carer per se. We are all capable of offering help and care. Yeah, offering help and care. And sometimes the help is very hard to receive. I'll pray for you, Joodles. I don't think you need much prayer. I think you're a strong person. But I'll say a prayer for Joodles, dearest Joodles. May the Lord bless you by keeping worry out of your heart and out of your head. May the Lord show his face to you and give you even more confidence and more belief that everything will be all right. may the Lord make everything all right. I don't believe you, Lewis. You've shown enough nuggets that only mean you're big softy underneath that psoriasis exterior. I mean, I want to care. I want to care more. I can barely look after myself right here in my flat. I say I'm going to do stuff and I can't do it. I got so much stuff here. I just want to be thin. I want to be thin in body and thin in the stuff that's here. So let's say a prayer for you people, Okay? Paul Manning says, here's to you, Simon. Dear Lord, please bless us with the feeling of your presence and your love for the people. Please take away the worry that we all feel in this time of war. Please smote our enemies before they smote us, dear Lord. Thank you, Claire. I don't think that I do, but whatever. But maybe I was watching a video about that guy who was like a made man in the Colombo family. Who knows what he did? He didn't say what he actually did. And how he's discovered Jesus, I don't know how many years ago. It was interesting, really. Thank you for those lovely words, Lewis, to Simon. Yeah. I'm saying it to you too, to all of us. Let the Lord shine his light on us and remove our fear and make sure our enemies, that we are protected from our enemies, and save the British peoples. Peter Falk had a maid relative. I don't. His name is Mike Franchese. Have you ever seen this guy, or Franchese? Have you ever seen what the guy looks like? He's 70 years old. He's 2 years older than I am. He's like a working class Brooklyn guy, and he found God. I believe in religion. I don't. I do. I don't think I believe in God. Do you guys believe in God? I'm actually volunteered today, says Janet, to work in a small theater near me. I get to socialize and watch free plays. That's beautiful. Texas Balls is here. Sonny Franchese. That was his dad, and his name is Mike Franchese. Have you seen the videos, Texas Balls? He's an ex-mobster, Mike Franchese. I think that's his name, Mike Franchese. He's very articulate. The videos are really good. He's like an hour-long video about how they called him into a basement in Brooklyn back in 1975 when I was 18 years old in 1975. In Halloween, I was 18 and a half. And he was made a made man. And they said the only thing that they asked him to do was to keep a secret, I think. Who is Joey Merlino? Joey Merlino. Are you from Texas? Texas Balls. Hi, it's Claire says hello, Texas. He's an ex-mobster, but and he spent 10 years or 8 years in prison. And his father was a real mafia guy. Very interesting stories, obviously. You think to yourself, could I be that way? I don't think I could be that way. What am I saying? I'm saying like there's maybe even a chance. Of course I can't be that way. Can you be that way? I can't be that way. But, you're called into a basement with the top guys of the Colombo family. But they were on the run at that time. But, and he was saying he didn't trust the U.S. government. Maybe that's where I'm headed. I don't, I mean, he believed his father wasn't a criminal. John Miller says, I'm an actor. Well, yeah, I kind of look like a mafia guy, kind of, because of my genetic background. I don't believe in God, Carrie B says. I was baptized Mormons in the 1960s after being dunked in the water. I said, I don't believe in God. I got into trouble. I was only 6 years old. Well, that's why they shouldn't baptize 6-year-olds, because they might say what they're actually believing. I mean, I believe in, I'll tell you what I believe. I believe in, it's hard to say what exactly it is, but I believe you should never take anything for granted. And that's, if you take something for granted, the world will organize to mess you up. Is that God? Possibly. Kermit, I'm lurking on my phone, and I'm finally rebuilding my PC, so let's pray it all still works while they're giving them out, the prayers. Yeah, let's pray that your computer works. Texas Balls. Ray Liotta was a good guy. What, in that movie? What was the movie that he was in? Ray Liotta was in that movie like 1981. Do you remember the name of the movie? What was the movie Ray Liotta was in? Let me see. I'm looking on the computer screen. Ray Liotta movie. List. I mean, it looks like add to list. Where's the list of movies? He's in a lot of movies. It was in 19, where is the list of movies? This is now hard to find. Let me look it up here. Right? Just bear with me a second. List of movies. Vincent Royata. No, Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta list top 10 movies. 10 best Ray Liotta movies. He was in Goodfellas. Yes, he was. Okay. But he was in a very big movie in the 19... That's not the movie he was in. Why can't I find this? Ray Liotta movies. I've got a very bad keyboard. Okay, what movies? Ray Liotta. We'll look under field. What is it called? He played Henry Hill in Goodfellas, but he was in another movie before then. Or maybe that was the movie he was in. He did not look that great. He's 3 years older than I am. He died. He was 67 years old. Why did he die? Why did he die? Why did he die? Maybe I'm wrong about the movies. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. There was another movie that he was in. I don't remember what the other movie was. All right, let me get back on track. I'm sorry. I've ignored you people. I haven't ignored you, but I've been involved in something else. I just joined in and realized what is going on. Today is All Souls Day. It is the day to remember the dead, family and friends. I'm going to play the organ later. We'll remember Simon. Yeah, it's very sad. Simon is dead. We could discuss under breast chafing in a little bit. He played Henry Hill. Henry Hill. Is it Henry Hill? In the movie, in Goodfellas, which was a great film, or a very good film. Was it a great film? It really gave you a feeling of what it was like to be involved in the crime thing. There were some really brilliant scenes in that thing. I love the Lucky Stangelo series. I don't remember that one. Guys from gangster movies, a few of them died not that long apart. Sopranos guys, James Cameron, Or is it James Caan, right? He was old, though. He was in his 80s. From The Godfather, yeah, and Ray Liotta, yes, they died. People are going to die because they made a lot of those movies in the 1990s, 80s and 90s, whatever. Good Cop, Bad, but there was another film, which I don't remember who was in it. Streaky Bacon is here. Hello, Streaky Bacon. Stevie Bacon touched Ray Liotta's face and said it was the best book he ever read. Is that a true story, Streaky Bacon? Goodfellas, the film where Stallone was a cop. I don't think Stallone was a cop in that movie. MJ Tiger Fang. He passed away from addiction, I think. Okay. Let's Google that. How did Ray Liotta die? How did Ray Liotta... How did Ray Liotta die? He had respiratory failure and heart failure, pulmonary edema, and atherosclerosis as contributing factors. The autopsy report, the cause of death was due to organ failure, which was characterized by natural causes. It didn't say he died of alcoholism here. It didn't say that. Let's see what it says. I mean, that's how old I am. I don't want to die. No, not one of us wants to die. Not one of us wants to die. It was a really good film, that film. Scorsese. It was a really good film. Okay, go on here. I can't join in, says Dee Dee Plectrum, because I don't like gangster movies. That's all right. You don't have to join. Copland. Is that the movie, MJ Tiger Fang story? You don't like gangster movies, Dee Dee Plectrum. Don't worry about it. Yes, Lewis, Goodfellas was great. Robert De Niro, great film. It was when Robert De Niro was great, before he became a real plunker, you know. But people do become plunk. Give a movie a long enough time, and you're not going to have a happy ending. Unlawful Entry, Joodles is mentioning. What about Unlawful Entry, Joodles? Apparently he played Stevie Wonder to say, haven't seen that one yet. I don't think he's played Stevie Wonder, no. I mean, today they would not let him play Stevie Wonder. He did not play Stevie Wonder. No, Lewis, it's a bad joke. Okay, you're making a joke. Okay, James Caan. He's a great actor. He was also a Jew. They're all Jews. He played Frank Sinatra in Rat Pack. Yeah, I could believe that. Yes, layman terms, he overdosed on Coke without the cola, Texas Balls. Yeah, but what they didn't want to say, he was on drugs and alcohol or something. But that's why we've got to be don't we have to be careful about what we're doing and what we're drinking and eating? I think we do. Ray Liotta was in Something Wild in 1986, Field of Dreams in 1989. I mean, I never even saw Field of Dreams, and it makes me cry just thinking about it. Just the idea of baseball, it's just so American. It makes you cry. It makes me cry. Once Upon a Time in America is my favorite gangster movie. I've never seen that either. You know, you reach a certain age, you just don't go to the movies as much. Lewis, you are better looking than De Niro. Thank you very much, Claire. I do appreciate that. And Phoenix, I seen that, but can't remember it. And Phoenix, what film is that? Field of Dreams. It's about baseball. Baseball in America. You know, that's a brilliant thing. The Law on Good Friday with Bob Hoskins. Are we going to mention every film? There are millions of films. We can mention every film if you want to. It's Sunday. Let's just take it easy. I'd like to go get another cup of tea. It was so tasty, but I'm going to wait a little bit before I get another cup of tea. You remember when I had to leave constantly to take a break? So things have improved here. There was an old cocker called Schaffer. The Brooklyn boobs used to chafer each night at 8. He smeared on his Betnovate. Nowadays, Lewis feels much safer, like Schaefer and safer. I used to have to put it on me all the time. It was gross. But how do you put it? I had it on my scalp, and I was constantly, and it was coming all over the place. But thank you, Paul Manning, for the poem and what it's called. What is a poem that's a joke called? Joodles must know this. 100% been trying to get Lewis to watch it. He keeps writing it down. What, Field of Dreams? Is that what you're talking about? You could say you wrote it down, but I'm not going to remember it. I'm always at the cinema. Begonia. Tomorrow. What is Begonia? Is that a song? Is that something there? Well, Carrie's there. Let's see what's going on. Limerick. It's a limerick. That's right. It's a limerick. And Vat and I came in too. Thank you, Joodles. That's what I like about. That's one of the things I love about you, Joodles. You're knowledgeable, helpful. You're resourceful. You know how to find out information if it doesn't come to you. You're good. You're really, really good. Paul Manning says, Claire, what did Claire do that was wrong? She always does something. Her love for Lewis Schaffer is wrong. Field of Dreams was amazing. They had a black guy play the Jewish guy. It was written about a Jewish, when Jews were Jews. And then they said, you know what, we got to let the black people have a part. So they rewrote it for a black person. I love Once Upon a Time in the West. Good old spaghetti Western. Another thing I've never seen. Is it really good? I love the cinema. Can't wait for Dracula by Luc Besson. The new Dracula by Luc Besson. Why do women love Dracula so much? Because he's well dressed? Is that why they liked him? Because he was well dressed, Dracula? Because he kind of hurt women? Because he was dangerous? Why do you like Dracula? Carrie? Why do you like Dracula? Multi-talented. Yes, Joodles is multi-talented. And beautiful. Oh, yes, that Dracula franchise has been going on forever. Will be good to see the latest when it comes out. Why? I'm going to ask the girls again. Why do women like Dracula so much? Come on, let's get the answer. I love it. It's a love tale. Caleb Landry Jones is an amazing actor and a musician. But why do you like Dracula? Why do women love Dracula? I never met a man who goes, ooh, I like Dracula. There's something very sexy about a guy. Maybe he's wearing a suit. He's well dressed. He's dark. He's foreign. Christopher Lee was the best Dracula. I'm going to ask this question until I get an answer. Joodles is not a fan, but you're very feminine, Joodles, but you're also very, I'm not going to say it that way because it's going to sound bad, but you know what I mean. Lewis sweeps you off your feet. Well, that's what it does, but why? I don't like Dracula, Janet says. Okay. Carrie B says, I don't like Dracula. I think it's sexual. You think it is sexual. It's a sexual film. Because of Twilight, they have sexy vampires, but I'm old school. This is what John Miller says. You like the vampire out of Salem's Lot. Now that's a vampire, says John Miller. I've never seen that too. He has beautiful Lucy Van Pelt. Dracula probably had a homosexual subtext. Bram Stoker was that way. But if it is homosexual, why do women like it? Lucy. Andrew Rubin says Bela Lugosi was a good Dracula. Okay, let's take a vote for Bela Lugosi. He used to live right across the way here. When I go to Co-op, he lived right next to the Co-op on the other side of the park. Janet says Dame Claire, I like the film of Anne Rice's book about Dracula. Okay. Carrie B has never seen Twilight. The master in Salem's Lot was scary, says Streaky Bacon. Streaky Bacon, are you a man or a woman? Where are you from? And where are you from? Are you fat too? Old school vampires are the real sort, just saying, says MC Scott. Modern sexual depictions are not real. So you're saying it was just for the blood? Yes, Twilight ruined the scary elements of the vampire, says MJ Tiger Fang. Not that they're supposed to have a heart that's kind. They're soulless demons. Maybe that's what a woman wants. Maybe that's why you people find me so attractive, you women, because you can see how soulless I am, how avaricious, how just willing to suck your blood out. Do women like it particularly? I think that they do. Let's Google that too. Can somebody Google it? Neither do I, Lucy. I think 4 of them just said no. Yeah, well, maybe you're my fans, and maybe the people who listen to Lewis Schaffer are a special group. But I'm gonna just Google this. Let's Google this. Let's make it so you can see it. Okay. And let's Google it. What are we going to Google? We're going to Google, make it so you do women love Dracula? What are we going to Google? We're going to Google. Wasn't it written by Bram Stoker? No, I guess he's a guy. Why do women love evil characters? Because villains like Dracula are usually figures of romantic passion, as in the 19th century Romanticism. They're evil because, this is from Reddit. I don't know whether we can believe Reddit. Let's see what AI says. Can we read? Can you see this, people? Tell me, can you see it? Let's see what mute the stream. Can we read? Can you see this, people? Tell me, can you see it? There you go. Why is it on? I thought it wasn't on. Okay. Whether women love Dracula is complex, as his appeal in modern fiction often stems from his powerful and confident villainous archetype, which can be attractive, while his depiction of the original novel is predatory, and his love for women is often a form of control. In Bram Stoker's novel, the women Dracula encounters are not victims. In Bram Stoker's novel, the women Dracula encounters are victims, not lovers, and he is portrayed as a dangerous force rather than a romantic figure. So this is what they like. Women like a confident and powerful villain, which is what Lewis Schaffer is. I'm a confident and powerful, dangerous villain. Villains like Dracula. Because, like, you take a look at the confidence that I have, the power, and I'm badass. It says that women like it, so I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. So there you go. The women in the film liked it, so I guess in real life, women must like it. Well, I think also women like to see other women being. I mean, when they go to a movie, they want to see the woman fighting the man off. And then enjoying it. Isn't that what feminine romantic love is? Is a woman going no, and then hugging the guy, like when he took him up the stairs in what's that movie called from 1939? Okay, that's true, Lewis. Women get bored of nice men and they cheat. Yes, they do. They cheat. Maybe they could cheat with Lewis Schaffer. Yes, that's true. Very, very true, Rod. Good to see you. Good to see you. Maybe modern day vampire stuff, The Hunger, a great book and film. I think David Bowie played the main vampire from memory. Do you from her memory, not from his memory? Was he ever a vampire? I think you need an extra word in there. Tiger, wish I could be hypnotized. Would make life a lot easier. Yes, women, they want to be able to say, I had no control. That's Leanne. That's Leanne. That's very, very feminine thing. I had no control. I don't know what I did. I didn't want to do it. I'm a married woman and I didn't want to do it. But that's what women like. Do they not like that? Maybe it was the casein. Could be. It could be. Vlad the Impaler had something to do with the story of Dracula, I think. I think that's where it didn't come from over there like that. Lewis. That's from my memory. Yeah, you got to put that extra word in there. Women get bored of boring men and cheat with nice men. What does that mean? They cheat with nice men. I don't think they cheat with nice men. They say, oh, that my husband's... But boring men are nice men. I don't know. I'd go more Tin Man rubes. Tin Man. What is she saying? Blackula, 1972. It's a classic blaxploitation film. Okay. What did you do? Did you cheat on your husband? Done that. I'm sorry to say. Don't judge me. I mean, I think we're a bit picky. We're a bit picky about cheating, but look at what's his name? Look at how they're getting on Prince Andrew. Is that cheating anyway? It is a male notion that women like Dracula. Well, we just read it in AI, so it's not just a male notion, Vatanai. Okay, it's a sort of a male fantasy that women would find a powerful man who is menacing, sexually attractive. So you're saying that Grok has made it up, that AI has made it up. Maybe it's true. I like nice men. I mean, all women say they like nice men. Does that make it true? Carrie B says she likes a nice man. Do I seem like a nice man? We're all trying to be nice men. What does it mean to be a nice man? I don't think women like nice men. What does that mean? They like a man. They want a man who's busy. Busy is not nice. They want a man who's got other girls. Having other girls is not nice. They don't want a guy who says, "Ooh, I love you." They don't like that. Women do not like that. They want a guy who they have to fight for, that they're unsure of. You know, when you tell a woman, "I love you," at least initially, they don't like that. Women they don't want to be loved. They do want to be loved, but they want to be loved by whoever loves them. I mean, not whoever loves them, whoever they want to love them. Is there truth to that? It comes from the Drake coat of arms, a symbol, a pendragon, Roman influence, leader of a chief, or a count, Drac. Is that what that means, MJ Tiger fan? A Drac. Is that where the word Dracula comes from? A Draco is a dragon. That's where the name comes from. I don't like liars. I love intelligent, funny, creative men. Well, that's Lewis Schaffer. I like Lewis Schaffer. Fight over Lewis Schaffer. You could fight over me, but let's keep it all a secret, because if everybody knew how much Lewis Schaffer was loved, you need to have sympathy. You can't be a comedian and be a winner when it comes to the girls. You can't be. Birdseye comes in and says, true, being nice gets you nowhere. Nowadays, being nice makes you terminally single. That's true. That's true, because a woman is going, well, why is this guy interested in me? Right, Birdseye? Why? Why? You can't go up to a girl and say, wow, I think you're really pretty. I've seen the videos. I know it's true. If she's already expressed her feelings for you, then you can say she's pretty. But you can't go to a girl, oh, I think you're really beautiful. MC Scott's girlfriend, Christelle, says, you are blathering loads of shite, Lewis. Okay, what have I said that's bad? How do you disagree with what I'm saying? I know women say, oh, I want to be loved. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. And then you tell them, I love you. They go, yuck. Yuck. I am now a saint, born again virgin, and on the nunnery list. Yes, we can all be born again. Let us be born again. Right? I'm with you, Joe. Let's be born again. Let's all start our lives fresh. Let's all be children and fresh. Let's be 18 years old again, or 15, whenever you had your first sexual encounter. We're going to start fresh. I don't like Dracula. I don't think Dracula was all there in his head. Always struck me as being a bit batty. Yeah, but well, in the movies he played like a baddie man. He didn't play, but I mean it was made a baddie man. That's interesting. That's interesting, Andrew Rubin. Lucy Van Pelt, you don't like bad men. Yeah, I could see him. Is that true? I mean, the thing is, I'm not a nice guy. Really. I'm not a nice guy. But I don't know. What do you mean by being a bad man? Am I a bad man? I don't know. Maybe I am a bad man. I'm not exactly a cheater, but I would like, I mean, I'm not a cheater. I'm the worst. I'm a guy. I like fall in love. I just decide, oh my God, I love you. And a lot of girls don't like that either. They don't want guys following them around and bringing them flowers and telling them they love you. Lewis, do you like funny, creative blondes who apparently look like Diana Dors? If you're thin, yes. If you're thin, yes. That's what I want you to be. I want you to be thin. I want you to be thin, and I don't want you to have PCOS. I want you to be healthy. That will make me, yes, I'm more flexible than I used to be. So the answer is yes. Nice and thin. Nice and thin. I have enough love of my boys. I'm good, period. I'm good. I have enough love of my boys. That's your sons. I'm good. It's not the same kind of love, but maybe it is. Did you hear about the dyslexic pimp? He opened up a warehouse. The dyslexic pimp, he opened up a warehouse. That's cute, Paul Manning. Totally. I want to be told I'm beautiful. Claire, I'm looking right at you. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. There you go. Leanne is saying, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yeah, she is beautiful. She's a lovely, we got lovely people here. Yeah, you can't be, I'm going to tell you what I found out about me. This has nothing to do with you guys, but you can't like me and be an asshole. People who are assholes want somebody who's not like me. Okay? I've discovered that. Very few people, or whatever. Anyway, the reason why nice men can give women the ick is because we know men sometimes pretend to be nice with women. It's a defense mechanism. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I don't think men pretend to be nice. I think men fall in love, and that's yucky to women, Lucy. They just, and then they have sex, or they been with a girl for a couple of years, and they lose it. But women lose it too. But men lose it faster than men fall in love faster than women, and they lose the love faster. And I think I agree with what women should be cautious. Yeah, I would be cautious of me. I'm with you. I'd be cautious of me. But, Don Aylesbury is here. King Charles is the 16th grandson of Vlad the Impaler, Count Dracula. Is that true? It's probably, listen, if you've been around, if you have a record, you're probably related to somebody. But that's very interesting. Donna Aylesbury. Thank you, Donna. 1950s Donna Dors or 1980s? John Miller is asking Joe Sanders. I mean, women need to be cautious of men, or they need to say, listen, I'm in control. If you don't want to love me, you don't have to love me. That's what all a woman needs to say to a man. That's what all a man needs to say to a woman. Is if you don't want to love me, you don't have to love me. That's what I learned from Homer McDonald. That's the key to love, saying if you don't love me, I want you to love me. I love you. But if you don't love me, I'll just do your sister. That's what he says. It's all about timing. Tell a woman you love her within 5 minutes, and there's the ick. That's where women feel the ick. But, men actually feel love after 5 minutes, after just looking at a girl. I remember I used to be on the subway, Joodles, and I used to look at all the girls. And I would say, I would do you, maybe not do you, I would do you. Because men fall in love really quickly. I had someone tell me on a second date he loved me. Literally knew him a week. For FF's sake, says Leanne. That, yes, of course he did. I've met you, Leanne. You're a beautiful girl. This is the way guys are. It goes straight into their brain. It goes straight into their brain. Because women need to be convinced to love a guy. They don't love a guy initially. They always go, I don't know you. How could I tell you that I love you when I don't know you? I need to know you better. I don't know you. That's what women think. Men don't think that way. And I've said this before. I want everybody, stop the stream for a second, if you can. Stop the stream. Write this down. A woman needs to know everything about a man before she loves him. And a man needs to know everything about a woman before he hates her. I've thought of that myself, and I think that there's truth in that. I think there's truth in that. That's what a man is. That a woman, I need to know about you before. I need to know that you're reliable, that you're going to be there for me. Do you have other girlfriends? What is, do you have a big penis? All this different stuff. But a man looks at a girl and says, I want you now. I am single, still married, but left my husband in 1993. It's over 30 years ago. Left my fabulous house, took one bag, and my baby boy. I was homeless. Best thing I did. Well, how is your son doing? Is he, you took your son with you. How is that a good thing? Anyway, Lucy, it's a bit of both, says Tiger Fang. Some men try so hard, but some women are expecting it beforehand. That it's always ruse. That it's always ruse. Some nice shy guys often get in trouble by mistrusting women at first hurdle. That's also true. But women have a great choice in men at any age. But mostly, when you're 22 years old and you're a woman, you can go out with anybody. Look at my kids, and look at me. You can't go, it's not easy to be a dude. I feel sorry for the men. Ringing her the next day after a drunken encounter down the pub, never having met before, then ringing her the next morning and sending her flowers. The ick, yeah. But you want to know something, Joe? That's the way women think, which is why I'm not into that. I'm not into that at all. Hold on a second. It's women, you say it like, oh, that makes sense. He calls me the next day. We fall in love. We fall in love. We fall in love. We fall in love fast. Joe Sanders. I mean, the problem is there's nothing that keeps men with women. I mean, what do they like? They like internationally famous celebrities like myself. Okay, anyway, my wife's friend, this is Paul Manning, my wife's friend went on a date with a chap. She then went on a second date at which the same chat declared, if we're to have a relationship, I have to have lots of sex. And I'm very into bondage. Well, that could give you the ick. Maybe he didn't like the girl. He's trying to scare her. No, Lewis, that's not love. That's lust, says Joodles, that's not love. That's lust. Well, what does that mean? What am I saying? Well, when a guy says, I want to do you, remember, guys have to be ready right then and there. They have to be ready. And if they're ready, then they feel the love. They feel the love. What is lust? No, that's lust, not love, Lewis, says Andrew Rubin. What did I say? Can you tell me what I said? And I'll tell you. Leanne, she's single but married too. Not quite as your situation, but close. Friends now, though. Are you friends with him? Are you friends? Let's be friends with our exes. Dee Dee Plectrum is here. I'm still in touch with my daughter's mom. I haven't seen her for a couple of years. I mean, that's the biggest regret of my life is divorcing the mother of my children. I should have figured a way to stay in love with her. My kids are good kids. They're good kids, but they're damaged by the divorce. They're damaged. They needed their mother to love their father, and they needed their father, me, to love their mother. So I'm against divorce. They shouldn't make divorce legal. We don't have to discuss that because we're in the early stages of women. They get the ick. They get the ick. And women of every, the thing is, every woman here goes on to Tinder or Hinge or Bumble, and they might get, I mean, even though those things are dying, but they could get thousands of people saying, wow, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Women get the ick before they have sex with a guy, and men get the ick after they have sex. They think, oh my God, I've just had sex. I got to get out of here. I've got to kill her. I've got to get out of here. I'm still in touch with my daughter's mom, says Dee. Okay, that's what you said. That's what Dee Dee Plectum says. You wouldn't do my sister, Lewis. She is a raging. Hold on, I missed it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button and now I'm in here. She's a raging lefty who eats carbs. Well, you know, they all are. All the women I've ever been out with are raging lefties, really raging lefties. And they all eat carbs, you know. But this is when you're in a relationship and a marriage with kids, you've got to put up with it. You've got to lead the best life you can lead. That's what you've got to do. You've got to be the best you can be, and you can't. I mean, I'm saying this, but it's not true. I mean, you want to just say, you know, stop, but you can't. You can't say it. You can say it, but you got to let it go. It's staggering that he doesn't know this at the ripe old age of 68. What don't I know? My wife's friend went on a date with a chap. Okay, we read that already. That was Paul Manning. Okay, so what are we? So Judel says, it's staggering that he doesn't know this at the ripe old age of 68, Rubes. What don't I know? What did Ruben say? I don't know. I know you think there's a difference between women loving and men loving, and it's like I do know this. There's a difference. I know what the difference between lust and love and all that stuff is. You know, but at the same time, you've got to be able to find sexual, lusty love, even years into a marriage. You've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to. The thing is, women grow in love until they hate the guy. And men, on the other hand, you know, oh, I've done this already. Men like I don't even know what I'm saying now. I'm afraid to say it. Judels. Men never grow up. We run from mom's apron strings to another. Yeah, well, yes, I like them. Yeah, we like that. Yeah, we like that. You know, it could be love too. I'm not like that, Leanne says. I had love at first sight and I don't even believe in it, but I still didn't tell him for ages. Loved once and it was poisoned. So you didn't tell him because you had loved once and you had a bad relationship. My son, who's now 34, is autistic, very bright and funny. I brought him up on Derek and Clive. How are those two things related? You know, so there you go. Don't get a divorce. You need to have a man around. You need to have a man around. My son could have been autistic. We've discussed this before. We can discuss it again another time. Yes, Rubes, that's the case for a lot of men. I don't know whether this is about me, but I'll say I disagree, even though I don't understand it. Women are better liars. Yes. Yes, men go, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I mean, a lot of men do neg. You know that term, neg. But we also just, you can't help it. You see a girl, you say, I want to touch that. Can I touch that? Oh my God, that's amazing. Women stay more because of the responsibility in some cases. It used to be like that. I don't think it is like that. I think women leave. Look at the story with Carrie B. Being told I love you, but having it off with your best friend. Well, they can love your best friend and you, Janet. Can't that happen? Can a man love two women at the same time? Yes, they can. Yet love bombing works on some women. Yes, and there are men who do that sort of thing, but most love bombing is they're just so I mean, I'm thinking of myself and the girls that I meet, and there's something about it that that you just go, oh my God, I really like you a lot. I really like you a lot. I don't even know why I like you a lot, but there's something about you that I like you a lot. And then you make a mistake and you say, and then I go and spoil it all and say it by saying something stupid like, I love you. Remember that song? Who sang that song? Yet love bombing works on some women. I think it works on a lot of women if it's said with confidence from a guy that they like or have a chance of liking. Am I right? I think it's like that. Don't you agree? I mean, I don't love bombing. And then I think that's Frank Sinatra. Isn't that Frank Sinatra? And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid. Now, Joe, let's see what Joe has to say. She's got a lot of experience, Joe Sanders, a lot of experience, even though she's thin and beautiful and is going to have sex with Lewis Schaffer. Lewis, we'd have lots of beers together. Nothing happened. We'd had lots of beers together. Nothing happens. But then it was totally full on. He's a guy I saw until he died a couple of years ago, however. I should have heeded the original red flag, which is what? That he was drinking? Well, what is the original red flag, Joe? Joe speaks to her exes when she goes into the cellar with another bag of quick dry cement. I mean, he's burying them in the basement. Like what's that movie? Arsenic and Old Lace. Arsenic and Old Lace. Do you remember that? That's very, very funny, Andrew Rubin. Okay. I've had two friends. One of my best. Okay, I've had two friends. One of them, my best. Hold on a second. I've got to move this thing. Best at the moment, I guess. Marry my exes just after we split. Kind of grim. Oh my God. Do you think that they were cheating on you a little bit? Do you think that went through your head? I mean, it has to do with the fact, who else are you going to marry? You're going to marry somebody you know. And wow, your wife is so beautiful. Your girlfriend is so beautiful. And then they become available. Of course you're going to love them. Dee Dee Plectrum. That's an interesting story. I mean, it is interesting like that. It is interesting. I'd like to think, I have stayed. I don't even know if I want to say what I'm going to say. Yeah. I was just thinking about the Chelsea Hotel. That'd be really great to be in that. We're not going to talk about the Chelsea Hotel. Suspect from train terror. We're not going. Was released, no charge. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe he didn't do it. Who did it? Who did it anyway? So can we not discuss that? Can we not discuss that, Andrew Rubin? We were in such a state of diversion with this chat. We've been talking about love at first sight. What was this discussion about? Love at first sight, love bombing. What is this thing about so I can post it online? I'm dead straight with women, Lud. Lud is here, and I think you strike me as a dead straight guy. For example, my last date, I told her I was going to get her knickers off. They were too tight. They were killing me. Very funny. Very funny. I think Lud is. I think we got some very funny people here. Carrie B says, I went on an internet date. He took me to his uncle's funeral. It was hilarious. On an internet date. What does that mean? Were you on the online like now? Or did you actually go to his funeral? Go to the funeral. That's kind of interesting, really, Carrie B. I'm not shying away from this hot topic, just making a toasty in the kitchen. Like this same stream, you've liked it. Yeah, can we like the stream? Can we like the stream? Can we see how many people are liking this stream? I think we're in the 30s. We're in the 30s. We're in the 30s. 31. And we got 28 people, 29 people liking the stream. That's absolutely brilliant. Here comes Jules. Of course you need to be sexually attracted to your woman, but love is much more than that. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Jules. When a man says, I love you, it's because they feel it from their kishkas, on the tip of their wee-wee. They feel it down there. Women must feel it a different place. The women have a full, like why when women have an orgasm or whatever they claim they're having, is that they feel it all over their body. Men, it's not quite as global as that. Am I right? Am I right, men? You're with a girl. Like, let's say I'm looking at you, Joodles. I'm going, wow, you are so hot. Okay. Is that I'm feeling it down at a certain place. But a woman is feeling it. It's a full flush. Oh my God, I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. And even after a woman has an orgasm, they're still capable of feeling love. Men just want you. Just want you. What is the word? Let's find out what the word is. I got a list of words here. They just want you. They just want you deceased, past, and alive right after. And then later on, at least this is me. This is me. Once, if it ever happens again, I got to do something else. You've got to do something else. You've got to leave the scene of the crime. Am I the only one who thinks this way? So women are different than men. Just say, hey, Lewis, I learned something. Women are different than men. Okay, so Bird's Eye just saw that. I was told that to be intimate with me, there had to be sex from me. This is what Leanne says. Sex from me or with you. And there has to be the mental connection for intimacy. Once that's gone, it's gone. Oh, it's for you. So this is what you were told. For you to be intimate, you had to feel it. You had to have a mental connection for intimacy. Men don't need that the same way that women need it. We're different than you. We're different than you. Are we not different? We are different. We are different. Okay, I always tell people I'm happily married. He lives in Blackheath and I live in Greenwich. I mean, that's 1,000,000 miles away. I love Blackheath, and I love Greenwich. I haven't been down there in years. I used to go there all the time because my girlfriend slash whatever wife, whatever she was to me, she lived in Plumstead. I always tell people I'm happily married. Yeah, you could be happily married even though you live in a different location. So is cheating okay? Is cheating okay? I don't think it's okay because it affects men in a really bad way, and women don't like it. You know what I mean? And if a woman is cheating with you, it means she doesn't really love you. This is what I believe. I don't know if this is true. She doesn't really love you. Being treated bad in a relationship when you're properly in love f's you up, says Birdseye. Yes, puts you up and puts you off for life. I fall in love at first sight. You fell in love when you were 16, and it was a learning experience. Yeah, this is why maybe we have to stop premarital sex. Possibly. I don't do that now, but maybe that's what has to be done. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. Thank you, Birdseye, for coming in. Thank you, Carrie B, for coming in. I do totally appreciate it. I mean, cheating means different things to men and to women. It means different things to men and to women. No, it isn't. I've been guilty of that years ago. It meant to me that I wasn't happy, so I had to change everything. This is what Joe says. If you're cheating to a woman, she's not happy with the guy. She's not happy. It's a red flag. That's a red flag to a guy. Says, you know what? If you loved me, you wouldn't be banging this other guy. Unless it was said from the beginning. You know what I mean? Unless it was said from the beginning. Let's see. So Lucy says, I think we've established that women don't like being pursued by men they're attracted to, and don't like being pursued by men they're not attracted to. We've solved the puzzle. No, they like being pursued by someone they're attracted to if they believe it. If they believe it and they believe the man is sincere. But women don't trust men because women don't fall in love the same way that men fall in love, because you don't think that we're actually falling in love. You think the only way you fall in love is the way to fall in love. Lewis, you're loving this stream, talking about interesting stuff and being open. Yeah, that's what we can do. We can all be open. Let's be open and talk to each other. I'm trying to be open. Men just feel knackered after orgasm. Yeah, we do. And we want you to stop touching us and go away. But we'll see you later. I'll see you later. After I have, hold on a second. Where did it go? After I have kicked the butt, after you're no longer with us. These are words for what this means. I'm loving the stream too. Leanne is laughing at Lucy. Yeah, this is the way men are. We look at you and we go, oh my God, I love that. Or like we look at you and we listen to you and we go, oh my God, you're amazing. You're amazing, amazing. And then we get a love. And you go, wait a second, I don't love you. So you're not allowed to love me. And that's when we can't help ourselves. Del Boy Trotter is here. Biologically, men are programmed by nature to spread our seed. Yes, women are programmed to essentially pick who gets them pregnant. This is why men pursue women and women get shamed for sleeping around. Yes, that's true. We're supposed to impregnate. That's what we do to spread our seeds. Del Boy Trotter, he's totally right. A girl from Mars. I'll send you one. You don't want to. I know. I'm blushing. I'm blushing, girl from Mars. I'm blushing. I want to do it. I want to. I want to. I want to be. I want to. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to. I should. I mean, considering I look thin now and I look pretty good. I don't have an unbelievable body, but I look all right, I think. Please, I've just had a prawn cocktail, says Ruben. No nude pictures from me. So MJ Tiger Fang says, Dell, true. That's why in Animal Kingdom, birds do dances to impress females. Yes, the male birds do it. The male birds, what? The women, the male birds are the ones that have the colors and are very showy and shouty, like Lewis Schaffer. I've never seen Lewis dance. No wonder he's... Oh, you've seen Lewis dance, Ruby. Yes. There's a video. Go see Lewis Schaffer at the, dancing. It's not a beautiful thing. It's not a beautiful thing. It's not a beautiful thing. Why do people enter relationships and cheat when they can just be single and sleep around as much as they want? Because they want to see their kids. They want to hang out with their wife. They love their wives. I mean, they love their wives, but they also want something new. They want to have as many kids as possible, deeply psychological, I guess. And they like lots of different people. It's like saying you can only go to the movies with me. Well, what if I'm in a strange town and there's a movie that I want to see? I have to wait. I can't see it. Lewis, I discovered you stray if you're unhappy, but don't necessarily realize that, Joe Sanders. As a girl, that's true, but men can be totally happy and still stray. Then you have to change everything, split up and start over. Yes, but that's the difference between men and women. Men can, my whole mind is straying. I would love to stray every second of the day. I don't have the energy to do it. But, but I would like to be a strayer. I would rather have someone, this is what Leanne says, to spend the rest of my life with, and that I have lots in common with, and is clean and tidy and thoughtful. Damn, I need a woman, says Leanne. Yeah. But the thing about women is, lesbian, why it doesn't work is because they're women. And they get the highest levels of divorce and unhappiness, and they're always accusing women of hitting them and beating on them, or they're hitting on... It's horrible. And that's a fact, Toodles. This is the way men are. Please read This Is What I'm Like, and probably some more internet red pillars. Well, that's what I do. I read the red pillars, and they make sense to me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say, oh, they're wrong. They're wrong. I'm red-pilled. I am red-pilled. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Okay? You are so not funny. But hey, I may be. You're talking to Andrew Rubin, not to Lewis Schaffer, because I'm a comedy genius, famous for being on the TV and last seen on GB News. I don't think I couldn't live with a man again, Carrie B says. Too stuck in my ways. I'm the same way. I mean, the thing about girls is it's just they're girls. And girls can be a little bit of a problem. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've got a lot of viewers. So we're going to end the show right now. Can we all, I don't know whether Kermit is here. I don't think he's here. Can we do a couple of things? Can we give a thumbs up to the stream? If you haven't already subscribed, like Carrie B, if you subscribed, or Bird's Eye, or who are some of the other great people who maybe haven't subscribed yet? Subscribe. Also, if you want to keep the stream going, it'd mean a lot. It would mean a lot. A couple of pounds here, a couple of pounds there. It really will mean a lot. So go to Ko-fi.com for like £5 gift to the stream, keep the stream going, or Patreon or PayPal. And I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great that we're all here. I think I think these shows are getting more and more interesting. Are they getting more and more interesting? I think at tonight's show we can discuss what's going on the train. Okay? We didn't discuss it because we were having this nice chat. Okay? But we were discussing we were discussing Dracula. Why do women like Dracula? That's how we got started in this discussion. So I think it's been a really good show. Thank you, John Miller, for being here. Thank you, Paul Manning and Claire and Rod Greenloch, I guess, Alex, Andrew Rubin, Carrie B for joining us and for really participating in a brilliant way. Vatanai, Joe Sanders, beautiful Joe Sanders, Lucy Van Pelt. She's going to go see Blackula, which is brilliant. MC Scott, really good participation. You know, Claire telling me how beautiful I am and how much she loves you. That's exactly. You know, Joodles. There's love there. Lucy, I feel the love. Maybe not. I don't feel as much love as I'd like to. Anyway, Leanne, beautiful, beautiful Leanne. We've got some beautiful women on this stream. I have met 2 of them. I've seen pictures of 4, maybe. All doable, all beautiful, loving Lewis Schaffer. Carrie B, you're on Lewis Schaffer's list. There you go. Donna Aylesbury, she dropped in to say hello. That was nice. Andrew Rubin. Birdseye is somebody new. So welcome, Birdseye. DD Plectrum. Tiger Fang. Thank you very much for coming in. Keith Bexley. Thank you. Janet. Beautiful, beautiful Janet. I'm happy. I think whatever this stream was, whatever the purpose of this stream is, it's pleasant. Was it pleasant? It was diversionary. Was it diversionary? Yes, it was. Was it diverting? Well, it diverted me. We were here for an hour and a half. That's just great. And then if it's not enough, you can come tonight at 10:30. Come tonight and we'll talk about other things that are diverting and pleasant on a Sunday. Marianne, she was here too. Good to see you, Marianne. You didn't talk enough. Ron Smith, how are you, Ron? And also go to the Discord. Can you go to the Discord? And there's lots we can discuss on Discord. Don't take over Discord. Just talk to people in Discord. You can go to Twitter. Are we all on Twitter? Twitter, Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. So you know when these shows are. If you press subscribe, you'll be sent a message to say, hey, Lewis Schaffer show's about to start. Or maybe if something happens, I'll say Lewis Schaffer can't make it. And you'll go, oh, okay, I'll have to do something else. We can talk about the latest attack. We can do that. We will do that. We talked about Simon Arnold, which is really sad. It's really sad. I mean, this is early days in the show, and we've lost one of our own. Lucy, good point. TTFN for now, which means something, and I've been told it many times. I don't know what it means. I missed my first ever 5 o'clock show last night, Lewis. So busy. I didn't look at the time until 7:30. I let you down. I'm a failure, Lewis. No good failure. The truth is, you are not a failure. The fact that you said you're a failure to me, I mean, I like that. It makes me feel good, but you're not a failure. We all can't make every single show. We all can't do it. I know you're doing it for me, and that's nice, but I will survive if you don't come. But I do appreciate that you do care about me. That is really important, Lud. I do really care about me. I do care about that. Simon liked the chat. I used to call him Arnold and Simon and Arnold. It was not pleasant, the wrong word, but out there and honest. Well, that's good. Well, the fact that we're discussing this, we could discuss this a lot. We could discuss this more than you think we're discussing it, because sometimes you need to discuss it and discuss it and discuss it before we learn something about ourselves. You know, before I learn something, I got my opinions. I'm very strong, but I might change my opinions. I'm not going to give you guys credit for changing my opinions, but I might do that. I might change my opinions. He passed on the 19th of October, so that's like 12 days ago. It is quite sad. So thank you, Joodles. I'm going to leave the stream on for just a couple of minutes, and it's so cold, my nipples are like chapel hot pegs. Chapel hat pegs. Okay. I love the way that sounds. It sounds very, very sexy. It sounds really sexy. You got to be careful with me, Carrie B. All the women need to be careful with Lewis Schaffer. With Lewis Schaffer. Got to be careful. Okay. I will, you know that. You've got to be careful. I'm not a bad guy. I hope I'm not a bad guy. So we'll see you. I'm going to have the end stream. Go to Discord. Do you need help getting? Let me, because he's not here. I'm going to go to Discord. I'm going to see if I can figure this out. It's not that easy to figure this stuff out. I cannot find it. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. If anybody wants to help, invite somebody in. Does anybody need to go to the Discord thing? I have to be careful with the women too. I do. I have to be careful. That's what Rose used to say to me, that I fall in love. And then girls get the ick. I tell a girl I love her and she just goes, yuck, yuck. And then I see it. I think, that was so stupid to say that. But it's icky. It's really icky. But that's what I'm saying. And you shouldn't be afraid of me too, because I'm so handsome. Okay. So I'm going to end the stream in 2 minutes. Let's all wave goodbye. You could discuss this on Discord. Okay, 1 second. There we go.